Hi and welcome back to the project. Now today we're going to be making the two crocodiles of the island Sale and his brother Schule Donavich. Now an interesting side note is that Schule of course signed his name Aligo Dali on the mermaid statue, at least he did I think in the French version, which was a pun at the artist Salvador Dali, who really kick-started that whole lowbrow art movement, that new pop surrealism movement that happened sometime in the late 70s and early 80s, that I've personally taken as a great inspiration to all of my artwork. And something that I particularly enjoyed about Link's Awakening is that I've really felt that itself was very much inspired by this underground art movement, with of course all these strange creatures and everything else, and basically that mystery in trying to bring sense into utter nonsense that very much was why Link's Awakening remains one of my favourite top-down 2D games of all time, not just one of my favourite Zelda games of all time. So as you can see, this model's come along rather quickly. Overall it took me probably around 40 minutes this time, which is kind of a record for me to have really brought this all to life. And you might be wondering where those paws sprung from, and it's actually because I cheated slightly and I copied and pasted those straight from the bear model, the chef bear that you saw me making previously. So already this model's really started to come to life very quickly. Part of that's been luck, other parts have been experience and how quickly this model actually came together. But I decided to have him hunched over a little bit more like that to make him more balanced. And yeah, he's definitely looking very reptilian. Now it's quite hard to have made a crocodile stand on 2 feet without it making it look more like a dinosaur, because inherently themselves crocodiles are pretty much dinosaurs in many ways. And so sadly that has been a compromise, but I think you can tell this is a crocodile, especially once it's been fully textured. And now crafting his little hat. Give him a little bit more character, so you know that this is Sale we're making, not Schule. I'm making the textures symmetrical once again. This helps for tiling the textures, and also symmetry can make things look intentional and really forgives mistakes. So I draw both halves out, then I choose whichever half I believe to have been better and mirror it onto the other side. So now I'm bending his tail down so we can actually project the UVs neatly onto the model, and then I move it back into shape. Now there are a few other ways of doing this, but for low polygon models that's probably the fastest. So texturing his head here, and I eventually change the placement of the smile, as you'll see towards the end. But already he's looking very crocodilian. And very much kind of a blend between Croc from the PlayStation, Crunch from the N64 Diddy Kong Racing, as well as my own unique style thrown in between. course working on Schule's little artist hat. Interesting that they gave him a German name, and yet they actually gave him a different name within the German version of the game. Now, I'm terribly sorry about the pronunciation here, as I don't speak German, but I believe in the German version he was called something like Crocodilus, or something similar to that, kind of being a pun towards his name was Croco space dial, crocodile, but the German version. Anyway, so to really enforce the fact he's an artist, I decided to make these two cute little paintbrushes and put one in his mouth and one within his hand. And I kind of imagine perhaps one paintbrush is more coarse than the other for a different style and effect upon his canvas, and he might be switching back and forth between the two here. Eventually his animation will be of him painting the canvas of the hippo, who is posing as a model for him within his house, before Link rudely barges in. So now adding in the mouth here, and of course I've made him Sale blue, and I'm really happy with how these two models have come together. You can really imagine Sale asking you now, sort of dumbly, would you like to buy some bananas from him, and Schule telling you to get out of his studio as you're distracting him from his artwork. But yet, you can tell that these two are brothers, of course, and they show so much character within their model. So I'm really happy with how all of these have actually come together. So thank you everybody for watching this video. I hope you'll join me in future videos as well. Don't forget to like the video and comment and tell me what you think below, and there will be more videos like this. I'm going to try and make as many of the characters as soon as possible over the next coming days and post those videos to YouTube the second I finish making each model.